All right, the LA Chargers have a rookie that's emerging as probably the steal of the draft. If you're new to the channel, we're Detroit Lions fans, but this channel is fully dedicated to the Chargers, and it's a position we haven't really talked about. Third round pick, 86th overall, and it's a position that is so important to you and you absolutely need. And we're going to look at his highlights here in just a second. But Jamaree Caldwell, defensive tackle, he's got the strength and the power. Joe Ortiz said some of the plays you watch film, you just see him toss bodies. It's really impressive. He does a really good job staying square, physical, strikes with his hands. He's got feel, big man. Right down the middle of them. When asked how he gets past blockers, you got to set him up with the bull rush, get the bull rush going. I'm somebody that's willing to learn, someone willing to bounce back from adversity. I use my little term, I die in the trenches. Okay, this guy. Okay. Jamaree, love it. So when you look at you pull up the tape on him, and it's just like, oh, okay, that's what we're talking about. So check this one out, where he's right over the center. Gonna have a little double team. I mean, he just looks bigger than. Look how big he is. I mean, he is what you need. You lose Ford. Everyone's a little nervous about that. What's the defensive line gonna look like? And here he comes, little double team. There's no double team there. Forget that. That's big time. 320 pounds. Are bad for not talking about this guy more because I'll show you another one here that I love. He's lined up over the guard here on the right hand side, and I'm like, okay. Whoa. He reminds me of the Packers have a guy that is, I can't think of his name. I'll think of it in a second, but he's just a problem. And he's a good-sized player. Here he is over left guard. Double team. That's okay. So this is like, if you're a football coach and you're a defensive line coach, you just live for this stuff. They talk about like screwing yourself down into the ground, and he does this he just double team, splits it. Because look at this. If they successfully get this double team like they're supposed to get it on this guy, I mean, that's trouble right here. You got this guy pulling. He's going to double team and then scrape off to him. And this is going to be 7-8 yards all day. Whoop. It's like, maybe I'll just cut back or just lay down. So, third round defensive tackle. This is what's crazy to me, and this is where we keep talking about the Chargers as it's one thing to draft well, like you have to, but then I mean it's one thing to just draft and not be an idiot when you're drafting. Lions have had these GMs, Chargers. You see it around the league where it's like it's one thing to just not be an idiot and just make the right pick, or make a safe pick, I guess. It's another thing to then find guys and really expedite your rebuild process by nailing draft picks. So to get a third round defensive tackle dude like this is like, okay, this is what like we're talking about here. Another one real quick. He's a D tackle. He's out here just on a Russian 3. They're like, just get in there. See if you can. All right, I'll show off my spin move. Didn't see that coming, did you? It's like end of the half, just like Russian 3 playing prevent. We saw that one. There's a right here where he's like working out with right here. He's on the left, and again, I know this is like the most simplest drill. I don't even know what the heck this drill would even be, but look how he's just got that little bit of pop difference maker than your undrafted free agent defensive tackle. So it matters. It's crazy. Okay, another thing that again, we harp on it, and it's just so important. Is PFF put out a ranking of quarterbacks, and you just cannot take for granted having. There's 15 quarterbacks that can win in this league, and you've got one. And so the one thing I love about Justin Herbert is that in standard game situations, Herbert owns the second highest passing grade in the league. With another year under Jim Harbaugh and improved weapons around him, he can firmly get over the hump. Like, that's what this is he's had a bad coach, somewhat weapons, offensive line. Like, it's just been, hasn't had a full what he has now where, I don't know, offensive line looks set. The defense scoring led the league in scoring defense. Two-headed monster at running back. Wide receivers look good. And this is the fun part of watching your team draft well, is you just drafted well and everyone's focused on that. But you've got these year 2 guys of a really good draft class that are going to be like, oh yeah, what if they can make a really big jump going to year 2, then a little more in year 3, then 4, and then now they're in their prime for years 4, 5, and 6. And then, so you've got so many options now that you've never had as a Chargers fan. So I'm excited for the Chargers because remember, we say this a lot on this channel because we forget. One team wins the Super Bowl, duh. But as a fan, you're trying to you want your team to play meaningful games as far into the season and as many meaningful games as possible. So you're going to start right off, meaningful game, Chiefs, fun, big, like game. Like, what are we doing? That's what this is, and this is what the NFL, this is why they're so popular. But it's like, man, I want fun, big games. And now you've got that, because your division is so much improved with the Broncos and Raiders being really good. Or not really good, but just like much improved. And then you've got Chiefs, so you got big game, big game, big game. You want to go late into the season with big games. You want to get into the playoffs. You want to give me as many big games as possible. So that means we got to be good. And yes, do we want to win the Super Bowl? Of course, everyone does. But I just want to have big games, watch with my friends, and hang out. That's what we're doing. I'm just going to keep reminding people that. It's one team wins the Super Bowl. Yes, I want that to be my team, but I also just want to have fun, watch games. All right, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. If you're new to the channel, nothing but Chargers on here. So we're hanging out. We're trying to get to the start of training camp. It's right around the corner. We'll see all of you on the next one.